All right, so let's go ahead into this final phase. We want to start pumping this blog out. And then once we go ahead and publish this blog in Shopify, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to let Google know that we have already published a blog. So without further ado, let's not waste any time and let's get to it. So let's go right here into the back end of Shopify. We're going to go to online store blog posts. From here on this blog post, we're going to create a new one and we're going to type in the new blog post title. But this one is, let's see here, we're going to change the word a little bit, why you should be burning soy candles. We're going to say top 15 reasons, because it's not 10. Top 15 reasons why you should burn soy candles. Let's see here. We're going to grab this title right there. Let's press save, even though this one is, that's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, and then right here, we're going to modify this to the 15 reasons. Press save to that. And let's go over here back into Shopify, and we're just going to go ahead and paste this information right there. So we have the text right there. It is hidden at the moment. We're going to enable this right here. So hopefully I won't lose you guys. And we want a featured image for sure. So what's our featured image going to be? So it's going to be the one that I had just told you right here. So let's just modify this so that it is not showing 10, but rather 15. Okay. And let's go ahead and upload that on the featured image right there. Okay. Great. Now it's magic time. Now let's go over here to the article itself. Let's grab everything up till we reach a picture. Okay. Because we don't want to show the picture yet. Boom, let's paste that right there. And wow, see, okay, so this is the problem with Shopify. Shopify is not a blogging platform. They focus everything on e-commerce, but Shopify continues to fail to understand that we need blogs. And in order for blogs to work, it needs to make it easy in order for us to go ahead and copy paste this information in there. So this is probably the most frustrating part about doing things on Word and bringing it over here. Let me tell you, it gets very, very frustrating. One of the main reasons is because it brings over some of the formatting, but then it destroys other formats, and it's not good. So I'm going to try to see if I can modify this here, because this is all like whatever. So formatting, I want to say that this is a paragraph. Okay, and this is actually okay. Those are fine. We might have to do some updates afterwards. Okay, but let's continue. So we reached up until this point, which is pretty much the point of my next image right here. And according to what I've done on the side, this is the next image right there. So in order for me to add that image, I need to click on this box right here and then just kind of say upload file. And on upload file, let's go ahead and choose the file that I wanted to, which is this one right here. Okay, click on that. And then click on this. We're gonna go ahead and make this a banner image at 600 point, insert image. From here, let's click on the image. Let's make the alignment centered. And this is where it gets tricky. Once again, I have to press to the right and then enter. And that's where it allows me to go to continue into this composition. You see my cursor right there? I'm telling you, Shopify has had this problem since day one. Since day one, they have never updated their blog system. And it doesn't seem like they care. I have no idea why. All right, but let's go ahead and just continue. We're going to focus on just making sure that we continue with our text, copying all this information here. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward so I won't bore you guys, right? I'm going to add all this information here, and once we're done, we'll continue. All right, so we've went ahead and added everything. We added the images. You already know all of that stuff. This is all great. We're going to save it. It's hidden at the moment, so let's just save it as a first draft for Shopify. And there's going to be some issues, again, because Shopify is not a platform for this type of stuff, so you have to work as best as you can with it. For one, the author, go ahead and put your name on it, right? Or whoever's on it. For us, we're just going to leave it at this. Now, for blogs, by default, it's always going to say news. And so what you want to do is get away from that, because that's just a default. What is that, by the way? What is news, right? Think of it like, you know how there's products and then there's collections? think about it that way, where it's like all the blog article related to this is going to be that. It's part of a collection. So blog is like a product, and then this blog news is like the collection of it, right? We don't want to put it under news. We want to go right here to say create new blog. It's not really a new blog. It's a collection of blogs. And what we want to do is create the collection title. That, again, Shopify never updated this stuff. So we're going to call this Love You Candle Blogs. We're going to call it like that. Okay. Tags have nothing to do. Tags have nothing to do with SEO. Not in this case. Okay. If you want to go ahead and do that, go ahead and do that. But trust me, I've tested it out and it doesn't have nothing to do with it. Let's go ahead and press save for now. And now that that's done, let's go ahead and start looking at what edits need to be performed. So if I press preview on this whole thing, I'm going to be surprised if this is going to get all botched up, but let's just see how this looks. So we have the main picture. We have this here. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay. Actually, I'm a bit surprised. I expected this, and this, by the way, guys, we're using Dawn. I'm surprised that this came out the way that it did as far as like the text goes. So this is actually not so bad. Okay, so we do have some spacing issues here. So you see how this spacing right there compared to this one. So I do need to correct this spacing, and that's why I'm showing this to you guys, because you might think that it copied over the spacing correctly, but sometimes it adds these extra spaces which are OD, and you need to kind of like clear it out so that it makes more sense. But for the most part, it looks pretty good. We got some FAQs there, not bad, and this is great. It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. What's missing here? So in order for us to be compliant with EAT, we need to make sure that the owner is there, or whoever wrote the article. That needs to show up. I like to do that within the top or the bottom, but you know, it's really up to you how you guys get to. It depends on your theme if it even allows you to do so. So this is not bad. Let's just go ahead and make some corrections for that one area. The spacing here, I don't mind, right? But there was this one part that was like, whoa, what's up with this, right? So it's reason number 4. So let's scroll down to reason number 4 so we could see where this problem might be. Excuse me, I'm trying to struggling here with this cold. Power of Blasey Blay. All right, let's go right here. There. That should fix the problem. By pressing save and going back over here and pressing refresh doesn't technically mean it's gonna do that. It's gonna change it. Sometimes you might need to go over here and press preview again, and maybe it might do the fix. Okay. Let's go over here to reason number 4. Let's go back over here. 3, 4. There, it fixed it. Okay, not bad. Pictures. So it seems like this is not all that bad, but I really wish if this kind of like added a space. And it's not just one picture. It's kind of like all of them. You know what? I'm going to leave it because it's not like a huge deal. It's not like a deal breaker. Look at this one, another one over here. So I'm going to fast forward and just clean this up just a little bit by exactly like what I did. I just removed some extra spaces so that it looks a bit more sharp. And then we're going to go ahead and finalize this whole thing. All right, so we did some cleanup to it, and now we have a much better result. We have a nice intro, 15 ways, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we have our, external links, internal linkings, which is good. It just looks more neat. And then we have everything here. So we followed all the guidelines. I think we're ready for publishing at this point. The only thing that we might need to do is let's go ahead and create an excerpt. What is an excerpt? It's a kind of like a preview, right? So let's go ahead and grab some of these words. Today we're sharing the top 15 reasons why. Let's just grab this whole thing. We're going to press copy. It's like a preview. That's all it is. And add an excerpt and paste that preview right there and press save. It's still hidden. No one could see it yet. Now we're going to look at the meta title, meta description. So this is how it's going to show up on Google right here. We want to manipulate this. Okay, let's edit this right here. And we have our meta title and then meta description. And then we have our slug. let's go back to Chat GPT and let's go back to the main composer of this whole entire experience. And let's tell or ask Chat GPT, create a meta title and meta description along with proper slug to rank for the keyword soy candles. All right, so meta title, we're not going to change it, right? Because the reason for that is because we have, no, this ain't gonna work out. It seemed like it totally forgot what we were writing before, okay? So let's go ahead and feed it a little bit more information, all right? Let's go right here to this. Let's try again, but with this title. Let's see what it pops up. Good. For the meta description, make sure that it's 160 characters, including spaces. There you go. So now we have a meta title, right? That's more appropriate. And it's already exactly like how we had it over here. That's fine. So what we want to do is update the meta description so that it's not like cut off like that. And that's why we have this here. And then the slug, let's go ahead and delete that. There we go. To this, you see that? Press save. And let's go ahead and publish this out. Great. Now that we've published this out, if this is your first blog, you might be like, where is it? I can't see it in the front of my website. Literally, like right now. If I go all the way towards the bottom, I might have blogs, but it doesn't take me anywhere, right? So what I want to do, let's go to navigation and let's go to our company right here, blogs. Let's edit this and let's make it go to blogs itself. And we want it to go to the collection of the Love You Candle blogs, like how I explained earlier. Let's go ahead and save that menu. Now that we've done that, let's go over here. Hopefully we might not have to refresh caching. Let's go right there. Let's scroll all the way down. Let's see what we have. Where does this take that? Ah, there we go. So we have our blog finally released. We have the date, so-and-so. If you click on it, it takes you to the article page. Fantastic. Now let's see what options Dawn gives us as far as how we can enhance this inside of the theme. Let's go to customize theme right here real quick. And we want to do the same thing. We want to go to the customize theme setting for whatever theme that you guys are working on, rather if it's Impulse, rather if it's whatever it is, right? And once we go ahead and do that, if this loads, let's scroll all the way down into the blogs area. And let's see what we have here. Do we have anything? Okay, I think this looks okay. So it says featured image height, it's huge. In a form of a collage. Show author. Sure, it's fine. Top padding looks okay. Let's go inside of the blog itself. Let's make sure, okay, so we have featured image, title, content. Let's go inside of the properties of this. Do we have any settings? We do not. So it doesn't seem like Dawn gives us too much to play with. Add section. If we want to add like collections or anything like that, you could go ahead and do that towards the bottom of the blog if you like. But for the most part, this is just pretty much straightforward. So there's nothing much I could do on this point. And that's what I mean about free themes versus paid themes. I'm sure that if you have a paid theme, it might have some more features for you to put on the blog. But this is good for now. This is not that bad. Okay, so let's go to register this to Google. Let's find that blog again. Let's go right here to the blog itself. Okay, and then from here on this specific blog, let's go to right here. Okay, and let's copy this URL. And now let's go to Google Search Console. Meet you there. All right, so now that we are in the Search Console, in this Search Console, what we want to do is let's go ahead to do the URL inspection and paste the article of our blog here. Go right there, and there you have it, request indexing. Let's go ahead and register this up to Google so that they could read that this article is now live, it's published. Go ahead and check it out, blah, blah, blah. And once we allow it to do its thing, it shouldn't take too long. It should just take like maybe less than a minute, depending on your internet speed or whatnot, but this should be pretty quickly. And there it is. Once the index request has been set up, you have to just let it sit, right? You can't just constantly go and do that over and over again. But aside from that, that's beginning to end. How to establish a very high quality blog so that you could go ahead and start gaining organic searches based off of content. I hope that you found this video very interesting. I hope that this whole tutorial works out for you. And of course, in the comments, just let me know if you have any questions. See you next time.